So what if I told you that two of the most common phrases in the world weren't just religious sayings? What if they're actually a powerful psychological toolkit, a way to completely re-anchor our entire approach to life, to work, and all the stress that comes with it? All right, let's really dive into this and see how Bismillah and Alhamdulillah can be the cure for the ego and the anchor that changes pretty much everything. You know that feeling, right? That constant gnawing anxiety that if you don't personally manage every single detail, everything is just gonna fall apart. This pressure to own every single outcome, whether it's a huge project at work or something happening with your family, it is exhausting. It's the source of so much of our modern day burnout. But what if all that pressure is based on a fundamental illusion? And this right here, this is the root of the problem. See, our ego tells us this very seductive story. You are the owner, you're the one in control, your success or your failure, it rests entirely on your shoulders. And for a second, that illusion of self-sufficiency feels empowering, but it's a trap that leads directly to stress and anxiety because deep down, we know we can't actually control everything. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. There's this concept called avatar, and it suggests that when we act purely from our ego, our action is spiritually and energetically cut off. Think about it. It's like trying to power up your phone with a severed cord. You can put in all the effort in the world, but you're working with a totally finite, limited, and ultimately disconnected source of energy, just yourself. So the big question is, how do we plug back in? Well, this brings us to the first part of the cure, Bismillah, which means in the name of God. But look, this is so much more than a ritual phrase. It's a profound psychological shift. It's an immediate reality check for the ego. Let's just look at this comparison for a second because it is absolutely crucial. On the left, you've got the ego's mindset, I am the owner. But on the right, you have the trustee's mindset. Saying Bismillah is basically like signing a verbal contract. You are shifting your entire identity from a stressed out owner who has to worry about every single outcome to a focused trustee. And your new job description? It's simple. Just execute the task with excellence and integrity. The results, the outcome, that whole burden is no longer yours to carry alone. And this analogy just illustrates that energetic shift perfectly. An action without this mindset is avatar. It's that severed wire. It's just your own limited human effort, which, let's be honest, runs out pretty quickly. But with this mindset, you plug your efforts into an infinite source of power and blessing. And just like that, you're not operating alone anymore. So here's the bottom line. Starting with Bismillah is the death of the ego's grand illusion of self-sufficiency. It's a conscious, deliberate move away from the arrogance of, I got this, to the calm, focused humility of saying, you know what, I acknowledge my limitations and I need divine help for this. And let me tell you, there is such profound psychological relief in that admission. But what happens after the action? You know, if we succeed, the ego has another trap just waiting for us, arrogance. And this is where the second anchor, alhamdulillah, or all praises for God, comes in. It is the perfect antidote. It builds on that first step of humility to complete the cure. To really get the power of alhamdulillah, we have to look at the language itself. In Arabic, there's a word for flattery. It's mad. And humans, we love it. It totally feeds the ego. But it can be fake, right? Alhamdulillah uses the word hamd, and that's different. Hamd is comprehensive. It's praise and thanks rolled into one. It can only be genuine. And it strategically redirects all ultimate praise away from our ego and points it back toward God, protecting us from becoming arrogant. And believe it or not, it gets even deeper. The phrase uses a noun, alhamd, not a verb. Now, if it were a verb, it would mean I am praising, which is a temporary action that depends entirely on me doing it. But as a noun, it means all praise is. It's a statement of a permanent, timeless reality that exists whether we acknowledge it or not. This forces this incredible humility. God doesn't need our praise. We are the ones who desperately need to align ourselves with this reality. So, you see, this isn't just about saying a phrase. It's about adopting an entire attitude. When you say alhamdulillah in a moment of frustration, like say you're stuck in traffic, you are actively forcing your brain to reframe the entire situation. You're forcing it to find the good, to acknowledge what you do have. It cultivates optimism, it cultivates humility, and it gives you a deep sense of perspective. Okay, so we have our two anchors, one to start any action with humility and one to end it with gratitude. These two concepts are building towards the ultimate protocol for curing the ego. and it's found in the very heart of the exact same prayer. This verse right here, this is the pinnacle. It's direct, it's intimate, it's incredibly powerful. It takes the principles we've just been talking about and turns them into a direct conversation, a two-part anchor that addresses the two biggest illnesses of the ego head-on. I mean, just look at how perfectly this works. The first part, you alone we worship, is the direct cure for Riya, which is showing off. It purifies our intention, reminding us that we're not performing for likes or for a promotion or for applause. Then the second part, from you alone we seek help, is the cure for Kibr, or pride. It is the ultimate ego check. It's the final admission that we can't really do anything without divine assistance. It breaks our pride before it can even start to form. So the crucial takeaway here is that this whole framework, starting with the humility of a trustee, ending with the gratitude of acknowledging a higher reality, and centering it all on this two-part declaration, is a practical system. It's literally designed to dismantle the ego and transform that crushing stress of trying to control everything into the calm, focused energy of living with purpose. Look, this isn't just theory, it's a practice. So the real question is, as you go about your day today, what is one task, one meeting, one simple conversation that you can consciously re-anchor using this framework? What would change if you approached it not as the stressed out owner, but as the focused and supported trustee?